Hi, art historians. We are now in module 12. I can't say that number. European Baroque Part 1. European Baroque 1, 12.01, Northern Baroque Art Part 1. We have 5 core works and 2 supplemental works for this unit. Date range from around 1610 to 1711. Location for these pieces is going to be in Northern Europe, like we saw with the Northern Renaissance, and these include Antwerp, Amsterdam, Dusseldorf, and Belgium. All of these are actually pretty much smaller scale works and are very closely associated with some more famous art and artist names that you're going to recognize. We have Peter Paul Rubens' Elevation of the Cross and the Apotheosis of Henry and the Proclamation of the Regency of Maria de' Medici. We also have Judith Leister's Self-Portrait, Franz Hall's Mal Bébé, and Rachel Ruysch's Fruits and Insects. Our supplemental works include Rembrandt's Anatomy Lesson of Dr. Tulp and Franz Hall's Singing Boy with a Flute. So what we are seeing here in European Baroque is definitely different from the Renaissance. There are a couple of qualities that are pretty consistent all throughout. So some things that you're going to see is absolutely more drama. You're going to see more shadows. We're going to see more contrast in terms of those shadows and light as well. We're going to see moments that almost feel paused, kind of like if you were watching an action movie and hit pause on your TV and you have all of the characters in the scene about to do an action, or maybe they're in the process of running or in the process of speaking in that very dramatic scene. That is really what the Baroque is attempting to capture. I think of the European Baroque very similarly to Hellenistic Greece because of its sense of drama. And so if you kind of make some of those connections, I'm right there with you. Special attention is being given to painted details, and even though sometimes these are scenes of daily life, there is still that sense of piousness in very non-religious seeming works. Genre scenes with religious messages that are hidden are very, very common, and we're seeing some of our first women painters. Yay! Now, while this is absolutely amazing, we do have to acknowledge the fact that these women like Judith Leister and Rachel Ruysch are gaining their fame and their ability to paint because they were born into a family with a painter in it already, usually their fathers. They are now working in those workshops, but even so, they're doing such amazing work. I mean, Rachel Ruysch's Fruits and Insects, when you zoom in on all of those teeny tiny details, from the hair on the fly to the little tongue of the lizard to the wheat in the back and the glow of those grapes, it is absolutely astounding. Of course, a work like that would have also required money, because where are you going to get all of those fancy objects to stage that still life? So there is definitely a learning curve here in regards to who has access to artistic practices as a woman in the European Baroque era. If you are richer, there's a more chance you can make it. Now, in addition to some of these things that we are going to be learning about, we're also going to notice Peter Paul Rubens. He's a pretty big name here. He is known for his very complex and innovative compositions with distinct representation of the human body. He painted for Marie de' Medici in a 24 painting cycle detailing her journey to her new ruling country that I also highly recommend you check out. I hope you enjoy learning about the first half of European Baroque, and we will wrap it up in the next unit.